What is going on, guys? It is Midget's Camera, today bringing you episode 5 of The Walking Dead game reviews. Also, this is our last episode, unless you want me to do 400 days later, maybe the next episode. And also, I'm going to be doing season 2 of this when this game comes out. So, yeah. Anyway, getting on to the episode. Episode 5 takes off straight after episode 4, even a tiny bit into episode 4 maybe. Lee, later on after the talk with the mystery man, he finds a rib spreader that he opens the closed elevator door with, and he then passes out of the infection of the bite, and he wakes up to the group debating on his arm whether to chop it off, and you have the option of chopping it off, which in my opinion I think is a better option. Depends who comes with him, because sometimes maybe no one comes with him, if that happened to you. And, or leave his arm on, and, whatever the thing is, if Krista's with you, she'll just chop your arm off, and, it's the better option in my opinion. You climb up the elevator shaft later on, because the horde of the zombies is pushing in, and, it's over on the hotel, or morgue, what you're in right now, and you go to the top of the building and you find a bell tower. So Lee grabs a ladder, he puts it down, climbs up to the bell tower, rings the bell. It gets all the hordes of the zombies towards the bell. It gives them time to escape back to the house, to the mansion, and later on the manor house, the mansion, is overrun by walkers, and it forces the group to go into the attic, where Kenny and Krista have, an argument about what will happen when you turn into a zombie, and because there's no way out of there. What will happen when Lee turns into a zombie? How will it kill him? And Lee gets enraged, chucks a porcelain head at a wall and cracks a bit of the wall so you see the outside. So it takes a group a fair amount of time to, push through the wall and finally manage to get through the wall. And later on, you're walking across the rooftops, and Kenny, is last or something, I don't know, he's fairly behind, and he slaps you on the back, and your walkie-talkie, the thing you can only connect to Clementine with at this right moment, falls into a hole. And so Krista, jumps into the hole, gets your walkie-talkie, chucks it up to you, and then she can't get out. And she finds later out that there's walkers in there because, you see movement. And so Kenny makes a sacrifice, and he sacrifices himself exactly for Krista. He jumps in, gets Krista out, and then dies because you actually see him, talking, and then he shoots himself, and then no more speech. So after a minute of sadness or so, you carry on moving to your plan, and you carry on looking for Clementine, and you cross a sign like a bridge, and it cracks in the middle, so Krista and me cannot get through. And then you shout that Lee will get Clementine, try and get Clementine to find them once, Clementine's safe. And then there's no way out from the bit he's on, so he jumps down onto the street with millions of walkers on, and he pushes through the street, chopping every single one up with a hatchet. And he manages to get into the Marsh house, I think it is, where the capture is, and he opens the door to the capture. He has some speech with him, he has a fight with him, eventually kills him. Clementine sees it, but she's not really disturbed, and you and Clementine escape from the house. However, she sees the parents and starts crying, and you again pass out from blood loss. She takes you into a nearby shop, and you tell her everything, that you chopped off your arm because of a walker bite, and then you don't have much time, so she needs to cuff you to the radiator. And she does so, and after intense speaking, emotional speech, I'll miss you, Clementine, and she's like, I'll miss you too, Lee. It actually made me tear up. No, not tear up. It actually made me cry. And you might think, what? Proper cry, not just tears, crying and Lee eventually passes away, and Clementine, crying, walks out, escapes. And the next cutscene is a secret cutscene, only if you don't skip the credits. And And I knew about this because I seen a comment on someone's episode before I, played the game, and I waited to the end, and Clementine's sitting under a tree, and she sees two figures in the background moving up a hill, and they eventually spot her, and I guess we'll see who that is. Maybe me and Krista will guess who that is in Season 2 of The Walking Dead the game. So, yep, that was the whole game, guys. This episode, definitely the best episode. Warfare, loss, sacrifice, love, passion, everything together. This episode doesn't even deserve a rating. It deserves 1,000,000 out of 10. It made me cry. This is how emotional I got. And I don't get emotional over games. This is the best episode, best game ever. I totally understand why I got over 80 Game of the Year awards. I really recommend play this game. Absolutely immense. And yeah, that was basically my review on this episode and over the whole game. Overall, the game, 10 out of 10. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.